What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I wanted to break down what's going on with Tesla, SPY, Nvidia, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. And break down what's happening to the overall economy as far as we have some data coming out for today, what the news is saying about Elon Musk and Tesla, what you should be watching for as time progresses. Before I break into all this information, let me just mention a couple of things. Firstly, I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Moomoo, the link down below, and deposit $100 into the account, you are guaranteed up to 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed up to 15 free stocks, and the offer ends very, very soon. Anyways, when looking at Tesla, you can see that this thing ended up coming back down, approaching 175 during the pre-market. Now it's trying to rebound just a little bit. We're going to be watching some very, very key levels right over here and kind of break down what could pan out for this chart. But first, when it comes to earnings for the morning, don't forget we had Hertz in the morning alongside Spotify. And then after the market closes today, we have Snapchat. It's just Snap, actually, technically, if anything. And we also have Ford and Chipotle and just a couple of others. And then for Wednesday, which is tomorrow, we have Alibaba, PayPal, Walt Disney, and just a couple more earnings. Now, Hertz ended up giving us very mixed earnings. They missed EPS by $1.33. And then on top of this, their revenue was all right. So everything was kind of mixed for them, not the best of things. But I also want to call out that another factor affecting the markets will be the economic calendar. At 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have the economic optimism report coming out. Make sure you watch for this. It might cause some volatility 30 minutes after the market opens. Then at 11 o'clock a.m., we have the total household debt coming out. So watch for that. Might cause a little move here and there, but nothing too crazy. And then at afternoon, basically, we have Mester, Kashkari, and Collins all giving speeches from the Fed. So I'll be listening to these very carefully just to see how things go. Make sure you watch this very carefully. We see what on earth these Fed speakers have to say. It might cause some moves in the markets, but the biggest piece of data will be at 10 a.m. We'll just watch for volatility at the economic optimism report for today. Otherwise, everything else is just a little bit minor. As far as Tesla goes, we're still getting bad news. The news is saying that Tesla stock is down again. Downgrades and rates aren't helping. And that is true. We did get some downgrades from many analysts out there cutting their price targets. We also saw this guy known as Jerem Nathan. They've come out and he cut his price targets basically of a hold from a buy, and he reduced it to $195 a share from $245. Also, other analysts that cut their targets, such as Kumich, who I talked about yesterday, who said Tesla may drop as low as $150 a share. It is the truth, guys. I know it's unfortunate, but I have to be honest. There's a lot of headlines coming out about Elon Musk, things which are not too great. We're still seeing a lot of these headlines making it out there about Elon Musk's substance use and this and that, like things which are just possible speculations. Who knows if it's truly the truth? But the media reports as though it is the truth, and this is something that the Tesla share price doesn't really like. Now, Tesla's place in the Magnificent Seven, excuse me, guys, I apologize for that, is at risk after Elon Musk's EV company drops out of the top 10 global mega caps as peers hit record highs. It's a little bit unfortunate for Tesla. With the Magnificent Seven out there and all this news that's very positive for them, Tesla leaving them would not be the best of news. This could be a little negative, but there is some good news as Tesla's added over 100,000 new jobs, as Elon Musk is proposing relocating to the state of Texas. That's good for them after what happened. This could benefit Tesla more, according to Musk. And if this ends up being the case, this would be a good piece of news. Still waiting for that. Now let's just break down what's happening to Tesla. So I want to warn everyone that Tesla did sell off for the last 3 days after market open. And we might see something very similar. So if Tesla opens up and we actually get rejects off this 178 resistance, it could come back down temporarily. But don't forget that throughout the last 3 days, even though Tesla opened up with a sell-off, it also got bought back up towards the end of the day. So we could see something similar again. Now, also know that when it comes to Tesla, and we zoom out, this thing has been getting rejected off this yellow trend line many, many times. So it's still looking very weak. In order for us to turn bullish on Tesla, we need to see this thing basically break above 182.5 and try to get back to this yellow trend line. You want to break above this resistance and start pushing above that. That's going to be bullish if we get above this yellow trend line, right? If we're bearish, Tesla needs to basically just reject and make its way back down like this, lose 175, and just kind of shuffle like this, and that's going to be a lot more bearish, obviously. But what I think could pan out is It really depends on how we open. For the last couple of days, we did see Tesla sink a little bit. We might get this rejection here at resistance, come down and push back up later on during the day. So kind of like a V-shaped move with some sideways price action to end the day. I think there's a very good chance Tesla could do that. Look for a little drop and a pop as the day goes on to fill this gap. I think it might push very soon, so make sure you're prepared for that. So could grab liquidity like this, then push back up, trade sideways like this. Could we get one more push? We'll just have to see about that, and we'll be watching to see if we could close above or below 180. But we might just see a lot of consolidation, a little drop, and then pop and sideways price action. So watch for that very, very carefully. Now, on top of all of this, I just want to mention that for SPY, we had this pennant that's forming. SPY is getting tighter, and we're going to be watching to see two possibilities. It's very simple. If we can manage to break above 494 and hold above this, we're going to favor the bulls as we're breaking this high right here. And we could easily start to push towards this high later on over the next day or so. We could start pushing up like that if we get that breakout. If we are bearish, you want to see SPY break below 492.5, reject, and come down to 491.5. If we lose this, it's not the end of the world. We have to hold and close below that because yesterday we did break below, so we got bought back up. So you'd be watching to see if we get bought back up or not. If we do, we could hold up and still be fine. If we don't, if we reject off 491 and we just close below the 490s, we're going to favor the bears, right? That's the more bearish case. What do I think is more probable? I favor the bullish case a little bit more as SPY is trying to push right now. Could get a little back test and start pushing towards 494. If we break, then we're going to be looking for a bigger move to the upside. So this chart does favor the bulls somewhat more. On the QQQ, very similar to SPY, it's favoring the bulls slightly more. And the reason for this is because we have a bullish pennant that is forming. Nice inverse head and shoulders like structure. If we're bearish, you want to see it basically lose 425. If we're bullish, you want to break 430 and eventually to 432. This structure, to me, is looking bullish. We look like we're just getting tighter like this, this, and this. And we're eventually going to just try to get a breakout like that, right? This is looking bullish to me. So this favors the bulls, this whole setup and etc. For Nvda, this is fighting at 700. We're going to be watching 700 very, very carefully to see how Nvidia reacts to this. It's trying to push right now. It still looks very strong. The trend is still bullish. It might reject a little bit and try pushing higher. If we could break 700, watch for 710 to be retested. Eventually, we have like 712 coming in higher levels like that. So I'm going to be looking for another push on Nvidia. 700 is a little tight, so we'll see how Nvidia does, but it definitely has some potential. Apple stock of all things, it's retracing a little bit. It's actually retracing, but it has a very bullish looking pattern. So we have a nice, left shoulder here, the head and the right shoulder forming. So this could come down a little bit more, back down towards the 186s, then bounce and start pushing up higher later on. So look for a little drop and bounce. If we break above 189, 190 plus is coming. So look for a little retracement and a bounce. We'll be watching that very carefully. With that being said, thank you all for listening. Have a great day. I want to make this video kind of quick. I'm running kind of late right now. So take care, guys. Watch your levels and see how Tesla holds at its key levels. I broke down the levels for you guys. So do what you have to do, and I'll see you guys very soon. Thank you, and peace out.